In 1906, on a train racing through Siberia, Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing are engulfed in nightmare when a frozen missing link comes to life in Horror Express, a 1972 Spain-United Kingdom horror film directed by Eugenio Martin. The film also stars Telly Savalas and Sylvia Tortosa.
And where evil is, there is no place for the cross.
Horror Express was filmed in Madrid between 1971 and 1972. Produced on a low budget of $300,000 with the luxury of having three familiar genre actors in the lead. The film was co-produced by American screenwriter-producer Bernard Gordon, who had collaborated with Martin on the 1972 film Pancho Villa, which featured Savalas in the title role.
There wouldn't be something valuable in there, like gold.
Gold? It's a laboratory specimen.
Martin made Horror Express as part of a three-picture contract he had with Philip Jordan, and Savalas was under contract with Jordan as well. The film was a co-production between Spain's Granada Films and the British company Benmar Productions, who made Psychomania. The train interior sets and the train model used for the exterior shots were the same sets used for Pancho Villa. The film had the train station sequences shot at the 1880 Railway Museum in Madrid, designed by Gustave Eiffel. During production, there was only one set available for the interior of the train cars. All of the scenes for each car had to be shot at once, and then the set would have to be reconstructed for the next car.
Is this number 8?
That's next door, Wells compartment.
The locomotive which pulls the train in that scene is an REN-FE 141F, but later in the film, miniatures are utilized for the exterior shots of the train going by camera and for the climax in the end. Securing Lee and Cushing was a coup for Gordon, since it lent a certain atmosphere reminiscent of Hammer film productions, many of which starred both of the actors. However, when Cushing arrived in Madrid to begin work on the picture, he was still distraught over the recent death of his wife, and announced to Gordon that he could not do the film. With Gordon desperate over the idea of losing one of his important stars, Lee stepped in and put Cushing at ease simply by talking to his old friend about some of their previous work together. Cushing changed his mind and stayed on.
Rubbish. A conjurer's trick.
Like all Italian and Spanish films of the period, Horror Express was filmed mostly without sound, with effects and voices dubbed into the film later. Lee, Cushing, and Savalas all provided their own voices for the English market.
It may be my fault. I asked the baggage man to take a look. I was curious.
It was no concern of yours.
Everybody's under arrest!
Telly Savalas was paid $22,000 for his short stint on this movie. Producer Bernard Gordon was delighted to get him for such a low price. Savalas was equally delighted, as he used the cash to get a 7-year lease on a West End apartment for his then-girlfriend. According to Eugenio Martin, most of Telly Savalas' dialogue and performance was improvised.
He knows that a murderer has 2 arms, but still, the devil must be afraid of one honest Cossack.
Horror Express generally received positive reviews.
Wait! There's something more.
The film was first released as an officially selected film of the 1972 Sitges Film Festival on September 30th. Director Eugenio Martin won the Critics' Award Best Script for this film. According to Martin, his native country of Spain was where the film fared worst, both critically and in terms of box office revenue. The film was received more positively in other markets where the audience was more familiar with low-budget horror films, such as Great Britain, the United States, and Australia. I was a bit surprised myself at the film's popularity overseas, but it didn't really do a great deal for my subsequent career, said Martin.
Miss?
The film's acclaimed musical score marks the debut of John Cassavetes as a film composer, who broke into the film industry thanks to his friendship with Telly Savalas. Savalas would later create the music for Savalas' TV series, Kojak. Frequent airings on television throughout the 1970s and 1980s helped Horror Express to gain a devoted cult following amongst horror fans.